Hello everybody. I want to tell you about departing the house at 4 o'clock in the morning with an outside temperature of 3.5 without any wind. So if you add the wind chill factor in, it was probably close to freezing. To drive to the Ashridge estate in Hertfordshire, 20 miles, 30 miles north of London, to the end of the Chilterns, the Chalk Downland Ridge, which crosses half of southern England, to join with 20 or so other people bizarrely clad looking like lifeboatmen in the cold with a ranger in the dark, having seen herds of amazing deer on the way in. And the purpose of the exercise was to listen to the dawn chorus and learn to identify some different birds. They sing on the Chalk Downland and in the forest. They sing, of course, to mark out their territory, to say, hey, this bit's mine, to other chiffchaffs and blackheads and pheasant and whatever. And also to say to the girls, hey, I'm up for it, I'm here and I'm gorgeous and I can sing this long without a break, I must be the person for you. As with all males, it's about spreading your seed. So here we tramped in the dark at first to the edge of the ridge and saw the sun come up across the distance. Amazing. A little bit of cloud in the sky to give it wonderful redness. And because there were no leaves on the trees yet, there was no obstruction, with a beautiful clear sky, which is why, of course, it was so cold. I'll put some pictures. I've got a couple of lovely stills and I'll put them across my Tumblr and I'll put the link down below, okay? But the sunrise alone was worth going for. Now, we then went through various parts of the forest and the downland, stopping every 200 yards to get even colder, while the ranger told us about that bird and so on. And I can hear you saying, well, can you now tell the difference between a chiffchaff and a blackhead? Well, I've never heard of chiffchaff, and I thought blackheads were things that cursed teenagers, but it just shows you how wrong I am. But I can tell the difference between a pheasant and a wren, and I've got a wren and a blackbird nesting in the front hedge at home here. So that was kind of interesting. And eventually, as it got lighter, didn't get any warmer, through the forest, fields of bluebells like you can't imagine. And I will put a picture of that up. We found our way back to the visitor centre for the whole of the estate and had full English cooked breakfast. How good's that? Really, really special. And the memory for me is actually not so much the birds, not even being frozen to the core in ways that I didn't believe were possible, but the blossom on the cherry trees and the apple trees, because we'd had some wonderful weather in the last week, and only now is it going to rain, and once it rains all that blossom will be lost. Why do I want to go and see blossom in the woodland? Because it's a lovely sight, and I'm reminded of the poem of Houseman in the 1920s and 30s. I think Closet Gay, now out of fashion probably, is hopeless romantic. And he said, loveliest of trees, the cherry now, is hung with blossom on the bough, and stands about the woodland ride, wearing white for Eastertide. Now, of my 70 years and 10, 69 will not come again. And take from 70 springs just one more, it leaves me next spring for sure. And since to look at things in bloom, one spring is little room, about the woodlands I will go to see the cherry hung with snow. Have a good weekend. Bye bye now.